guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How are you doing? I'm just doing dandy here. I'm doing fine today because we're doing a video about my love, my one true love, Scyl the I am contractually obligated, based on the terms of our relationship, Scyl and I, obviously, to do at least one video about her every other month. So here it is, guys. Here it is. You asked.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Or actually, nobody asked, but you shall receive a video about Scyl. She's amazing, all jokes aside, guys, because, well, she's free, A, but B, she's a top 10 champion in the game, and I don't care. You guys can hate on me if you want to, but you can't tell me otherwise. I think on my last power rank, I ranked her number 9, I believe. You could argue maybe even higher because she does it all. Anyway, I was perusing through Reddit, just doing what I do on a daily basis, searching the keyword Scyl, because I want to see what people are saying about my girl, you know what I'm saying? Everybody every day says, "What's up, dudes? Look at my cat." Meow. Well, they don't all say, "Look at my cat." I want to use her everywhere. What's the build? What's the best area to build her for other than the arena? And everybody, to my surprise, mentioned, actually, let's look at the cat guy. Why? Cat is better to look at than the login reward screen, right? So, is that dude's cat? Man, that's a big cat right there. That's a big,
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Pussy cat. Am I gonna be demonetized? I have no idea. My man here, he's not here to have you stare at his cat, but rather, 6-star that cat. Initial conflict is 6-star that cat immediately. Man, we've been really just bombing on the jokes today, haven't we? I was shocked to say that almost everybody are recommending to build Scyl in Relentless. And this guy, you know, I could read all the comments, which I'll read a couple of them, but this guy, MHMTYMR, says Relentless is better than 2-time Immortal, is better than Reflex and Regen. Well, listen, I build my Scyl. Either I want her as a stunner, in which case I'll build her in a stun set, or I build her with regen. I'll show you the build in a second because we're going to rebuild her again. I'm going to test out these theories here. But everybody's saying that Relentless is better than Immortal mixed with regen. I love Immortal regen, but you have to build her fast because to take advantage of Immortal and regen gear, to get those heals off on Scyl, you need to have a lot of speed. But is Relentless even better? 18% chance of an extra turn? It seems that the consensus is on Reddit that yes, Relentless is better. A lot of people here, you know, super high speed, defense, accuracy. We all know about that stuff, survivability. But every single gear recommendation, well, this guy says upvote for the cat. Don't care about Timmy. Timmy, how dare you, man? How dare the cat needs no books, she's good to go. Yeah, I agree with that. That cat is good. I love 2 builds. Relentless Scyl with War Master, the way she is perfect for boss fights and Faction Wars and Doom Tower. Stun set with Fearsome, that way she's going to be OP on control waves. So guys, what I'm going to do is, and this guy too, upvote for cat. But what about Scyl? What about Scyl?
I'm totally fine. Never been better.
A lot of love for Scyl and Relentless set. I mean, I can just keep going on. But for stun or regenerate, but no love for stun or regen sets. So this guy, SkyPL, says he likes her. Let's see. Personally, I hate Scyl and Relentless. It tends to break down any sort of speed tune you might have in your team. Well, that's true, but I don't use her on a speed tune team personally. So let me rephrase the question. If we're not using Scyl the Drakes on a speed tuned team, is it better to have Relentless gear? Today, we're going to go ahead and theory craft and rebuild her and find out. But first, let's take a look at my Scyl of the Drakes. Actually, let's take a look at both of my Scyl of the Drakes, because I built 2, because when you love somebody, what's better than 1 but 2 of them, right? Just tell that to your wives or girlfriends or husbands or boyfriends. I'm sure they'll all agree. Anyway, guys, Scyl the Drakes number 1 and 2. Here we go. So Scyl number 1 for me, as I said, is in a stun set. You can see her total stats here. 100% crit rate. She's still pretty fast at 200 and change on the speed. But stun with that, just like the, actually, with War Master here. So I would recommend, if you're going to go stun set, probably going to go Fearsome Presence. Get that extra 5% chance to land stun from artifacts. So you're bumping that up to 23% chance. And I think there's a 35% chance. Do I think? Of course I know. 35% chance on her A2, provided it's booked. So I love this build. You can do it with or without, excuse me, Fearsome Presence. I still like having War Master on her. You get decreased speed. By the way, guys, just take a moment to appreciate how amazing she is. Can we please decrease speed on the A1, 40% chance with turn meter depletion on the A1, on the A2, and AoE ×2 stun on each hit. And then we have the revive, ally protection, 4-turn cooldown, and then we have the heal, 10% of the max HP at the start of each turn, also increase speed while we're at it, man. She does it all. This is why we love her. Okay, I'm not going to confess my love anymore in this video. I've got it out of the way. We're moving on. Scyl number 2, and this is what you call my main squeeze. This is my main Scyl. This is a Scyl that I use pretty much everywhere, and as you can see, I built her as fast as I possibly could. 266 speed, you know, a decent amount of defense, more HP, because HP right now is king in the game for survivability, especially in Doom Tower. Need her to stay alive, especially when she's healing off of her HP vis-a-vis the regen set. And I lied to you guys, by the way. I said I had her in regen in Immortal. I would prefer Immortal, generally speaking. I think that's what I have like my host in. Let me check. He is in, yeah. So I love this combination. Regen in Immortal. We are healing by 18% every single turn. That's a lot of heal every turn. Anyway, back to Scyl. I love this build, but is she better in Relentless? So I'm gonna take you, we're gonna do like a kind of a test here. I don't wanna buy all your crap. Not in the middle of a video, Plarium, please. You're embarrassing yourself.
You don't get to tell me when to quit.
So Doom Tower, let me see where I'm using her right now. I'm just gonna run kind of a test team, not the Magma Dragon. By the way, kind of a fun team. I saw somebody else, I copied them using Black Knight. And boy, he was a beast against the Magma Dragon. A champion that I never use. Figured I'd give him a shot. Okay, here we go. Celestial Griffin, Floor 90, Jareg, another underrated epic champion. And then we have Drekstar, Ninja, and Scyl, all free-ish. Daily login rewards, Bazaar for Drekstar, and Ninja, well, he was free. Now, if you're watching this video because you just downloaded it maybe last week, I'm sorry, but you'll never get Ninja, so ignore him in all of my videos, even though he'll probably be in all of my videos because he's also a top 10 champion in the game, especially against bosses. Scyl the Drakes, I want to run her on this team, and then we'll compare. I just kind of want to compare, and maybe I'll run her in a level 25 dungeon as well. And listen, it's probably going to be close here. Can you really go wrong with either of these builds? Probably not, but I want to get a feel for her in Relentless, and there's going to be some RNG as well. Just want to throw that out there to you. You guys are going to call me on it in the comments, right? It's RNG, like an 18% chance. Sometimes she could land 6 extra turns, 10 extra turns in one battle, and then 3 in the next battle. So it's not really dependable, and that kind of goes to the point that poster was making on Reddit, right? He was saying, well, listen, you know, speed tuned teams, but it also kind of applies to not just speed tuned, but when you want a specific result every time for a consistency, you know, maybe Relentless is not the best gear for you. But if you don't care, for the most part, like if you already know you can win, you're trying to optimize your team, or if you're counting on at least a couple of Relentless procs for those extra heals, extra stuns, extra decreased speed, extra revivals, Relentless is amazing. Relentless, truthfully, guys, I was gonna say it's underrated, but it's probably properly rated, right? It's the only artifact set that you can't get from the Forge, that you can't get from dungeons, right? You can only get it from special events and tournaments and challenges or whatever. Do you guys think it's like the best set in the game? Depends on the champion, right? I think that's the answer for everything in Raid Shadow Legends. But for me, Relentless is close to, right? We've seen similar artifact sets or similar gear sets in other games, like Summoner's War has one that has a chance of an extra turn, and it's just broken. And I think that players in those games, they know that, yeah, getting a chance of an extra turn and reducing the cooldown of all of your abilities, that's a broken mechanic, right? That is insanely good. And I feel like some players, maybe, let's put it that way, underrated amongst some players out there, how powerful Relentless is. Especially my personal favorite on anybody who's a support champion, someone who's healing, reviving, any of that stuff. More heals, more revival, more turn meter boost, whatever they're doing, they're going to do more of it. So why not, right? So Scyl here, outstanding performance by all involved, especially Ninja on the damage, right? So Ninja, Drekstar putting in work there. We have Jareg, again, good on the support. A lot of heals coming from Scyl the Drakes. Way more heals coming from Rio Bone Spear. Let's see what Scyl can do. A lot of what Scyl provides, by the way, doesn't show up on the stat sheet, okay? So don't read too much into these numbers and whatever. But let's go ahead. What did it take us? 73 turns? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. and just kind of compare and contrast. And then I want to take her for a spin in a dungeon or two as well. So I will be right back after. Actually, I already showed you the first build. I'm going to rebuild her in Relentless. We'll see what we can do. Be right back. All right, guys, so I built my new Scyl, but before we jump into the build and try her out, because it's a special occasion, it's a Scyl video, I'm going to open one of each shard for you guys. Get ready, because we're going to open a mystery shard, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. It is a common champion. It is Pikeman. Pikeman. You'll be great food, Pikeman. Ancient shard, here we go. Give me a legendary. Give me a legendary. Little impromptu shard opening. What better? Hospitaller, man. She is a Harrier. She's Harrier's wife. Ugh. We talked about that on the Harrier guide in case you guys missed that video. Was really fun. Not my favorite champion in the world, but really fun. All right, here's our Void Huntress. And here is a Sacred Shard. Here we go. For all the money. Boom! Give me that. Okay. Tarshan. Tarshan has what? Increased defense on a 4-turn cooldown with a turn meter fill. Not bad, not great. All right, that's why we don't open shards in a non-2 times event. Flareum, stop embarrassing yourself with the pop-ups. What I did was I just went for speed again. I wanted to keep that speed up, make sure the accuracy is there. When you're building Scyl the Drakes, you're not looking for a ton of damage. You want that accuracy for the decreased speed, for the stun, obviously, and you want as much speed as humanly possible on her. So, where am I going? Where am I going, my champion collecting here? All right, so boom, boom, boom. Here she is, guys. So, Relentless now in speed. Total stats here are going to be 247, so a little bit slower, a little bit less crit rate as well, but her HP is still high, her defense is okay, and really the accuracy over 300 for endgame content. That's what we're looking for. We're ready to go. So let's go ahead and give her a shot here. Scyl, I imagine the results are going to be pretty much the same, but let's go ahead and give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'll come back to you guys when we get to the Griffin because you don't need to see the waves again. You know, all there is a chance of her getting an extra turn. It's not that exciting, so be right back. All right, guys, so here we are at the Griffin. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did I even have her in regen in Immortal to begin with, or regen in speed to begin with? And the reason is because I used her in tandem to duo, like Scarab King, for example, with Uros' Soul Cage. But in this build, my hunch is here is she's going to be giving, it's better overall, better for most players in Relentless. Why? Her heals might be relatively the same here. However, think about it. Every time she gets that extra turn, she's immediately going to trigger her passive. That means, again, similar to Doom Priest in a Relentless set, which is amazing, you're going to be getting more heals and also more increased speed on 2 random allies, right? So if you don't have, like this team, for example, doesn't have an increased speed champion, so she is going to be applying the increased speed. Did I say 2? I meant 1 ally, but still, every extra turn, we're going to be seeing more increased speed. And again here, guys, very impressed. When you look at the total heals, it wasn't as fast as a run, but look at the heals, man. 489,000 as compared to, I forgot what it was around 300,000. And again here, a little bit of anecdotal stuff. It's apples and oranges to an extent, but I'm just such a huge fan of, let me see if I have, okay, I don't have her faction war open right now. I'm such a huge fan of this champion, and I do think, again, that you're going to see, and keep in mind, she's losing the heals of the regen sets. You have to consider that and take that into account as well. So let's just run her in a random dungeon as a support champion. I don't know, what's your favorite dungeon to run, guys? We have a 2 times event going on right now. Let's run her in, actually, Negative Affinity. Let's run her in Ice Golem. Why not, right? Ice Golem is a challenging dungeon, especially as you get to higher levels, because you need to keep everybody alive. So speaking of keep everybody alive, let's take out Urgrim and put her in for Urgrim and see how she does. So I will be right back. Let me assemble this team and let me get into the Ice Golem 25 dungeon. All right, guys, approaching the Ice Golem, 15-second run, no big deal. Fastest team in Raid when we talk about speed farming here. But the problem is, after Urgrim got his nerf on Bizarre Vapors, I'm struggling, man. This is about an 80 or 90% win rate team, and who the heck cares if you have a super fast team if they're not winning 100% of the time? It's all about energy optimization and efficiency, not about how fast can you do it, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm not farming 24/7 inside this game. So unless I'm doing that, then it doesn't matter how fast it is, right? So she's already getting extra turns. I've noticed a couple so far on Relentless procs. The question is, can we kill these minions or we're gonna wipe? And we're gonna wipe. No, we're not. Scyl stays alive. So that's totally fine. Right now, we're positioned beautifully in this match. We have a Reviver. Seer Dead actually kind of helps us in a weird way. Because we don't have to worry about the minions. So Cyr's now alive, or getting rid of all of our buffs. Cyr's now dead. And again, we're doing really nice job between the continuous heals of Battle Khazar and the passive heals of Scyl the Drake. She gets an extra turn there as well. Another extra turn. That's what I'm talking about. Picks up Cyr. Now that Cyr's alive, she's still alive too. Yeah, I'm a little worried. All right, let's see what we can do here, guys. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, right? Just need Scyl to take another turn, like right now. There we go. Heal everybody up. It's okay, again, if Cyr dies. That's fine. The rest of the team needs to stay alive, though. And it looks like, I don't know if we have. Scyl dies there at the end. We're still going to complete the run, though. I don't know if this is going to be a 100% win rate team. It was a little dicey. But all those extra turns, man, she is a special champion. You know, all jokes aside, sure, I love her. Sure, she's amazing. But still, I mean, 500k in the heals, 840k on the damage. Not too bad considering I have like no crit rate on her or crit damage anyway, right? But I'm just such a big fan of this champion. No matter how you build her, I will say, as I mentioned, if you're trying to solo or duo or trio bosses on Doom Tower, go with regen. I would say an immortal to keep her alive, right? But if you don't need to keep her alive, if you have enough defense and HP, which I assume 99% of you guys, you know, are going to be in this camp, I would actually go with the Reddit people. Go with Relentless, right? Now let me ask you, Curing, Relentless, Stun, Immortal, I could go on and on here. What is your favorite build for Scyl the Drakes? How do you build Scyl the Drakes? Hopefully, if you don't have her in Relentless and you have the gear, hopefully this video at least sparked an idea for you guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.